Hey folks, it's Abby,
Josh,
Kelsey from the Anxious Outdoors, and today we're going out west. Oh, I love them. Bye, guys.
Let it all hang out, cause we got
you're gonna get copyright struck for this?
I hope not.
Well,
We're spotted down, 18 wheels of moving. "11 hours to the Corn Palace." Given that our drive out west was going to take us through Chicago, we decided to leave in the middle of the night to get the best traffic through the big city. We made sure to stock up on caffeine, and spirits were high as we drove through the night. And nothing hits like a deserted rest stop. Wisconsin! We switched drivers frequently, and we found ourselves making great time, crossing the mighty Mississippi in the middle of the night, but still taking time to enjoy the view.
MISSI, SSI, 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 PPI. Mississippi.
Before we knew it, the sun was up, and we were able to take in the miles and miles of cornfields to greet us in western Minnesota and South Dakota. Cheers.
Cheers.
Booker's general disposition.
This is amazing.
Amazing.
Ah,
I didn't even mean to do that.
pretty corny, huh? Our first destination on this cross-country road trip was none other than the Corn Palace, the world's only corn palace. Emphasis on that. I don't know why anyone else hasn't thought of this idea. It's so practical. We did take our time admiring the murals made entirely of corn cobs and peruse the gift shop to stretch our legs. It was definitely a sight worth seeing at least once. Then it was back on the road for us, with our sights set on the Badlands. Hi, buddy. You went in his hole? The prairie dog roadside attraction at the mouth of the Badlands National Park was too cute to pass up, so we took some time meandering along the prairie dog town and enjoying their cute little chubby features. I love you. Oh my god, they're so cute! No.
Oh yeah?
Just kidding, I did. I'm just taking a video now. Act like him. Do your hands. Ready? Wow. Wins. Then we stopped at the historic Prairie Homestead, which is a beautifully preserved home, original to the settlers. We spent some time appreciating the picturesque homestead and imagining what life would be like on the prairie. I imagine it actually would have been very hard, given the lack of water and the harsh conditions, but it was really pretty. We were amazed at the number of knickknacks that have been preserved with the home. It was fun to look around the house, kind of like an I Spy book, and see what other original artifacts we could find. Hello, sir. That's awesome. My favorite part is definitely that. I want one of those. And just like that, we found ourselves in Badlands National Park. This alien landscape was absolutely mind-blowing to 3 Michiganders. We were enthralled with the massive rock structures around us, and soon we made it our playground. Of course, only in designated areas.
Okay, I'm gonna get, Josh looks really, I mean, you look really.
I had read online that the Notch Trail was a must-see. It was a moderate hike, and the views were entirely worth it. Though we were entirely unprepared for the amount of water we would need in such an arid climate, given that we are from Michigan and fresh water is abundant there, it was a little bit of a shock to be somewhere so dry. And the National Park Service is not kidding with their water recommendations. Be sure to adhere to them. We stopped at the visitor center to replenish our water and, of course, purchase the trusty magnet that we can add to our collection for every national park we went to. And then we were on our way again. Given our limited time, we stuck to the main road that winds through the Badlands and spits out in Wall, South Dakota. We made sure to take time to stop at overlooks, though, to see points of interest along the way. There are abundant overlooks throughout all of the park, and just when we thought we had seen it all, something even more exciting and vast would be before us. This was one of my favorite stops along the route, given that the rocks had such a starkly different coloration than those in other parts of the park. Then we regrettably made a stop at Wall Drug, which we were seeing billboards for hundreds and hundreds of miles, and it is no more than a giant tourist trap, and we saw, we came, we conquered, we left, and we're glad to be back in the peace of the natural world. Goodbye, Wall Drug. We then finished out the last leg of our drive for this portion of the trip, and we were in much need of nourishment, having been awake for over 30 hours at this point. So we headed to the Firehouse Brewery in downtown Rapid City, and we had a delicious meal and a beer, and we went to bed.
And sometimes it just happens. Good morning. Hi.
The laptop, put it up, She's like,
The next morning, we were up and at 'em, headed out to the dinosaur park that is also located in Rapid City. And given that we were there so early, we were the only ones there, and we had the whole park to ourselves. I was expecting another kitschy little tourist attraction, but I was actually very impressed with the view of the city as well as the quality of the sculptures. Also, very few attractions like this ever allow you to touch the dinosaurs, but this one lets you climb all over them, which I and Kelsey and Josh were all about. We continued our next leg of the journey west out of Rapid City and towards Devil's Tower. Once we got to Wyoming, we took a stop at the rest stop to admire the view. This is Subaru commercial. Rip. You could see Devil's Tower for miles and miles away. It just kept growing and growing as we got closer and became more and more stunning. Our draws kept dropping. It's almost unfathomable to see such a large object rising from the earth like that. Instead of parking at the visitor center, which is often crowded and you have to wait for parking, we decided to park at the campground and hike up to Devil's Tower, which absolutely ended up being the right move because it gave us time to appreciate it and see it from so many different angles as we approached. Once we reached the base, we embarked on the paved path that takes you all the way around the tower. We admired some rock climbers on their ascent and dreamt of our own climbing adventure someday. And we spent a good long while playing in the boulder field and admiring the tower from this angle. We continued our loop around, and I truly mean it when I say we never got sick of looking at this monstrosity. One of my favorite parts of being in the wilderness and being around these magnificent, giant natural wonders is the feeling of being so small. It's absolutely amazing that a giant like this exists. We got to see some mule deer and their big goofy ears. And then we enjoyed some honey sticks that we purchased from the visitor center, along with yet another magnet to commemorate our visit to Devil's Tower. And then we said goodbye and continued our journey on towards our final stop, Bozeman, Montana.
I don't know which one those are.
But before we reached Bozeman, we needed dinner. Taco John's.
Give me your honest review.
Taco John's. I'll be honest. It was really good. It was, I think, a step above Taco Bell. You know? Yeah. Better ingredients, better pizza, Taco John's.
Did you say better pizza?
It's the Papa John's thing. Better ingredients, better pizza, but it's Taco John's.
I get it. What about you, Kels?
It's good. I feel my soul has regrown. Regrown.
But don't regret my
I
soul.
don't regrow.
And then we
Oh, I thought
finally
was
made
meant
it
to
to
have
our
flash on
objective, our best buddy Justin in Bozeman.
There he goes.